One of my favorite things about Genshin Impact is getting to explore amazing and beautiful locations, and today we're going to be exploring the Easy Breeze Holiday Resort. Now, I have seen a bit of this, but of course there's going to be like little things we haven't seen in this world, and we're going to be unlocking all the waypoints, admiring the view, and I'm also going to be answering questions and topics that you guys have chosen as well. My name is Calvin, also known as Romer, and this is the exploration of the Easy Breeze Holiday Resort. This is not the usual team I would have for this team. Usually Benny is in Kenichi's place, but I figure if you're going to do some exploring, it's good to have like a Natlan character around here as well. Honestly, Varese might be good as well, but again, we're going to be taking it a little bit slow too. If you want to switch to Varese at some point, we can also at the same time as well. The first topic we're going to talk about today is from Heiko, and they said, what do you expect for the new region 6.0? Since you stay away from marketing and leaks, I would like to know what you expect based on what the game's presented so far. I was actually like, not even planning on talking about Krai that much, but I actually saw that people wanted me to talk about it, and I'm actually like very like I think it's very interesting, right, to talk about it from the perspective of somebody who like doesn't pay attention to any leaks, who doesn't look at trailers or marketing and things like this as well. And full disclosure, I will be wrong like about a lot of stuff here, but obviously we just have like what the game has given us so far and what we can talk about in that sense too. I guess we'll go up to, I marked this waypoint up here, so we'll go up here and we'll start up here. Again, we're not going to be doing like 100% exploration, we're just going to be doing exploration in general. So, in terms of like Krai, I know that like one of the most recent things that has interested me so much is that we got to see some outfits from Krai. It was like the mother and daughter, right, that was introduced in the Archon Quest. And what I thought was like so, oh, this is where the Archon Quest starts, isn't it? It's actually another beautiful place as well, all the animals as well. One of the most interesting about that is like what I kind of like got from that was like it's going to be a place of industry, and the reason we were able to like couple that with the idea that like a Nefa was built there. There seems to be like some sort of ties to mechanics there, which is also very interesting. There's some enemies over here too. I might switch to Benny just because like if we're gonna do some fighting as well, it kind of makes sense. Like if we want to get some chests and stuff like that, you know what I mean? I might switch to Benny. But yeah, like there's gonna be like some stuff like industry there. There's gonna be some stuff there that like has like mechanics, and the outfit that like it looked like it had like the cap and like the kind of stitched together clothes. It did look like it was like post-war industry. You know what I mean? Something like that. So at least like location-wise, that's what it kind of looked like to me in a way. I also think that like in terms of like the story, I 100% think this is going to be like a big turning point for Genshin. I know you can say that about any world we go to, but I really feel like this is like not going to be, I don't think it's going to be the big like Fatui blowout or anything like that, but I do think it's going to have like a lot of Fatui influence. I do think it's going to be like a bit of crossover as well with like the Fatui and the Abyss Order. I do think that's going to be a thing. I also think that we're going to have a situation where by the end of this, I think it's going to set up the Fatui even more than they have already.
Time to act.
It's probably best to go up around here, right? Wait, what? Oh, is this a boss? Oh, is this one of the local legends or whatever they're called? That's insane. I didn't know. Oh my god. That's interesting. Is this a local legend?
Oz, reveal thyself.
Or they said they put something on screen there to interrupt something.
As you wish, main Fräulein.
Everybody stand back. Witness the power.
Sorry, my Krai talks have been put on hold for a second here, but that's going to happen quite a bit with some battles here too. I don't think I've ever like, I don't know if this is what they call a local legend. I could be completely wrong. Like, like I just know that there's higher interruption. I don't know. I gotta be honest. I don't know WoW has higher interruption capabilities. I couldn't tell you. There's capybaras we made into meat over there. Yeah, I don't think this is a local legend because like I think local legends are really like, formidable as heck.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Watch out! By royal decree, fire! Well, hey there! Hiya! Coming at ya!
I guess like would a heavy attack be interruption based?
Coming at ya.
Maybe.
Proper send-off.
Yeah, I don't know what you do. I think it's just like an on map like mini boss. That's what it is. Just a little mini boss.
Witness the power
That's
of the
fine.
wild. Let's light it up. Hey there.
I've never I sometimes they'll just appear. Like I think they like it's almost, you know what it's kind of like, actually maybe it's not a local legend. You know what it's kind of like? Again, I don't know the terms or whatever, but you know, like when you go into like the water and they have those like big gigantic crabs that attack you who have the health bars and stuff like that. I think that's what it is. Yeah, for sure. So I have this waypoint marked over here, but I want to go up here first, and then we're probably gonna go around the sun here as well. But yeah, I don't know where I left off of my Nod Krai talks, but because I had to cut there for a second as well. So I think that the Nod Krai is gonna have like a lot of like industrial stuff. I think it's gonna be mechanics based. They're gonna have like it's gonna be like post-war revolution style stuff or industrial revolution style stuff, and I think that's actually gonna be like very interesting as well. It's gonna be like and by the way, when I say it's going to be, I'm saying this is my thoughts, right? What I think it's going to be. I think we're going to have like a, very mechanics-based, very machine-based. I think it's going to be a lot of like, create this, creation of this, creation of that, and like creation of robots, creating of machines, machinery, all that stuff as well. We know Dotori is going to be there. Dotori has a stationed outpost there. We know there's going to be a lot of, I think there's going to be a lot of like Fatui stuff here as well. I think it's going to be a lot of like Fatui Harbinger stuff, whether that be the Damselet or the Marionette or Dotori as well. How do we even get this chest up here? It probably has something to do with painting, right? For sure. Do we paint the wings or something? Because we know that, like, Mavik was talking about Nod Krai and how Dotori was there, and they were using a power that was, like, that predated elemental abilities themselves. So I think, Dotori's definitely going to be, like, a factor as it comes into this as well. And like I was saying, I do think it's going to be a situation where by the end of Nod Krai, we're all going to be kind of, like, flabbergasted, shocked, and stunned to the point that everything's going to feel very... very not real. You know what I mean? It's gonna feel very scary. And like it's gonna be one of those things like at the end of the Dane quest where it's like nothing will be the same again. The Abyss Order is gonna be there and the Fatui are gonna be there. They're gonna be making moves there as well. I would love to have like a thing where like they kind of like interfere with each other's plans, maybe even by accident. And then all like Abyss Order, Fatui, us, and like any people from Nod Krai are all in the same place, and it makes for like a very like tense situation. That's what I would definitely love to see as well when it comes to that stuff. I also think we're gonna get more like lore as it pertains to the sky, right? The fake sky and the moons, like that's all gonna show up. It's you like just hit each other. Oh no, they're just in their bow. I can't. Sorry about that, guys. I cannot. That is not happening. Oh, cool. Did I take your crabs? Wait. Are you leading me somewhere? Okay. We know that, like, oh, thank you. That's really cool. Thank you so much. That's so cool. Thank you. I know that, like, as well, that there's a lot of characters that have said they're going to Nod Krai. Now, here's the thing. Whether that's, like, a thing with Genshin where they're, like, that's actually going to be, like, something that where we actually get to see them. I haven't done a challenge in so long. Graffiti... Oh, what? So we have to paint the balloons? That's fun. But yeah, I know that there's like a lot of characters that they said they're gonna be showing up to Nod Krai. Like just recently, Yelan said like something about Nod Krai. Charlotte was talking about going to Nod Krai. She got permission. Not permission. She doesn't need permission. But she got like a. How do you build this back up, by the way? Just this. She was talking about going to Nod Krai. She didn't need permission. She just wanted approval. You know what I mean, from her family. I think that as well. For Nod Krai, Varka's going to be there in Nod Krai, Yelan, Charlotte, like a lot of characters. Anefa's going to be going with us to Nod Krai. We're going to be seeing like a lot of like characters from, existing worlds like Liyue, Mondstadt, Fontaine, and I think that's what the whole point of Nod Krai is, right? It's like a combination of different cultures and different people that are from different places. It's not just going to be the one. That's the first challenge I've literally done, I think, in about a year. I figured it's the right time to do it, right? For sure. Yeah, we're going to be seeing a lot of people there, I think. And it might not be like named characters, but there might be more and more people from like, oh, I'm from Mondstadt, I'm from Liyue. Oh, cool. You know, I'm from Mondstadt, I'm from Liyue, I'm from this place. Are we able to like, there we go. And I'm honestly like actually a big fan of the idea. I really am. Everything's yellow today, by the way. That's so fun. You can write up the freaking paintings. Traversal is very cool here. But yeah, to summarize what I think so far about Nod Krai, I think we're going to have like a lot of the characters that we've already seen in Genshin show up, or a lot of characters with different cultures show up. I think we're going to have like a lot of like, oh, they're annoying this guy here. I think that we're going to have like a lot of Abyss Order stuff here that's going to be like mind-blowing. I think we're going to see, you know, some Fatui Abyss Order crossovers. I think we're going to see like a lot of like high tensions as it pertains to the Harbingers. I think we're going to see Harbingers, maybe the Damselette, you know, Dotori. Oh, what are you doing? Oh my god, what? That's so cool. Do you want us to get these? That's so fun. It's going to be like, I think, very like industrial and post-war type of industrial type stuff as well. I think that's what it's going to be like in terms of its appearance. It's going to be very mechanics-based as well at the same time too. And it's going to be a story that's going to change everything. I think it's going to be like the prelude to like Shiznaya in a way, where it's going to be like something big will happen in Nod Krai, and it's going to be such an amazing story, and it's going to be an incredible story. But afterwards, we're going to be like, oh my gosh, Shiznaya is going to be insane. And I feel like they do that quite a bit, and they do that really well in Genshin, in fairness, where like at the end of Natlan, they set up the idea of Nod Krai very well too, with what Vika was saying also. I expect to see Totori. I expect to see Totori in a big way. But then again, here's the thing. Like, it's, again, you guys might already know that, like, oh, who's going to be showing up and who's not going to be showing up. That's the thing. Is that a Fatui? Wait, is that a Fatui member down there just, like, with people? Why? But yeah, oh, and we know that, like, there's a character of Aino there, and Aino and Anefa are the two characters that we know from, like, Nod Krai, right? That are going to be, like, Nod Krai characters in a way, even though Anefa is, like, not originally from Nod Krai. But Aino is, like, the only character I've seen in terms of, like, designs. I know for a fact there was already a live stream on Friday. I didn't watch it. I won't be watching those things. It's not something that I really, like, enjoy watching, honestly. Not that I wouldn't enjoy watching it, but it's just, like, I prefer to go in, like, completely, like, just, like, you know, with you guys for the first time. I feel like that's the best way to go about it, honestly. Man, this place is so gorgeous, isn't it? It really is. Yeah, I hope my conversation about Nod Krai wasn't disappointing for you guys, because really, like, it's one of those things where, like, I'm not sure what we're gonna get, but the basics of it are, like, I think the Fatui are gonna be majorly involved. I think there's gonna be something to do with the Heavenly Principles, where the Fatui are gonna be gazing towards the Heavenly Principles. I think it's gonna be like one of those situations where, like, their plan is, like, purely set in motion. I think the Abyss Order's plans are gonna be completely set in motion, like, fully as well. To the point that at the end of Nod Krai, everything's going to change. I think it's going to be an industrial place with, like, a lot of, like, different outfits and, like, industrial stuff where they, like, do mechanics-based stuff. We're going to see a bunch of characters there from all over Genshin. Characters we know and characters that we haven't met yet that are from different lands. We're going to see Dotori, probably the Damselette, probably we're going to see the Marionette. We're going to see a lot of, like, Fatui characters. And it's going to be terrifying in a lot of ways. We're going to learn more about this false sky and the moons and all this stuff. There's going to be so much stuff we're probably going to learn in Nod Krai, and so much stuff we're probably going to see in Nod Krai. And honestly, I'm very excited to see all that stuff, to be honest. Oh, there's some enemies up here. But yeah, apologies if my viewpoint on Nod Krai is not that interesting, but it's just one of those situations where I'm like, that's pretty much like all I think about Nod Krai. If you want to know my excitement level for Nod Krai, I am over the moon. I don't like express it like all the time, but I am like super excited, and we're actually so close to going there. Like, as of now, I'm recording this. I think like we're literally like, you know, just over 2 weeks, right? Which is crazy. It's the first time I've ever gone to a region with you guys for the first time. the first time legitimately we've gone into a region together. And that's a big deal for me. And above all, he's like, the lore is going to be great, right? And the lore is going to be huge and all this stuff. And that's going to be awesome. And the story is going to be awesome. But above all else, I'm most excited about, like, this is the first time we're going into a region together. You know what I mean? That's like, that's what I'm so excited about. Is that, like, for the first time, we're going into something for the first time together. And we've gone into, like, events together, but this is a region. You know, this is a full-on region. This is a whole new area. Yeah. And what I'm most excited about now, Krai, is legitimately to see what the location looks like. That's my most excited thing that I'm excited for, because I think that it's going to be, as I said, like, judging by the outfits and the mechanics-based stuff they talk about so far, and how, like, everyone's going there, like, to, like, there's also, like, this place where, like, there's, like, a bunch of different, like, cultures together, and, like, people from all over Tevat go there as well. It's all making me so excited for that region. It really is. I hope I answered your question pretty well. If not, I apologize. I don't know what else to expect other than that, but I think there's a lot of stuff there, honestly. Papa de Cameron says, I'd like to know your take on the Traveler's character evolution. It's something that isn't commonly talked about, but I really like your honest and unbiased opinions. This is an interesting question that I've seen here because, like, honestly, like, I do think that the Traveler has, like, had some, like, really big character evolutions and changes over the time. I think one of the biggest changes that we talk about, we're going to go back up here and go around here, by the way. One of the biggest changes that I've seen with the Traveler as I've gone on is that they have become a tiny bit more vicious, and not in a bad way. I just think they're, like, less forgiving when it comes to, like, people. I think that they also, like, will, you know, I think the original, and this is like, you know, you could say like it's just like they know the character better now or something, but I genuinely think that the reason that they do this is because they have, that they 100% know that a lot has happened to the Traveler. Is this another painting situation? Start challenge? Bumper ball? Oh, it's this again. How do we do this again? Do we paint it? Yeah. Oh, wait, it's a race? Wait, what are we doing here? I don't understand bumper ball. Wait, to bump into them? Is that it? I can do that. That's so interesting. I didn't realize. I was like, what do you mean bumper ball? That's super fun. That's a super fun idea. It's legitimately bumper ball. Oh, yeah. That's a super fun idea. I literally, when they were like bumper ball, I was like, okay, cool. Bumper ball color match? So we have 2 this time. We have to get to 8. That was off there. No! Oh my god, we're doing so bad. Come back. That was too late. Way too late. Wait, that hit. That's all. Wait, oh wait, color match. Wait. Okay, we actually have to match the color here? But how do I know what the color is? Oh, I'm dumb. Oh my god, I thought they meant the color of the paint. Hold on, that is, I'm so dumb. It's color match challenge. It's blue to blue. I was like, what color? Like, what color are you talking about? I was like, what are you talking about color? There is no color. That hit, right? Sorry for, like, yeah, the questions will be interrupted sometimes. It's just gonna happen when we're doing all this stuff too. But yeah, in terms of the Traveler's character evolution, I think that they have become more vicious. I think they've become like they're still a caring person, and I never will like buy into any like idea that they're not a caring person, not a good person. They will always be like a caring, a good person. But like they have less tolerance. We've seen that over time. Like, you know, we've been given the option to kill people at some point in this game now, which is something we never would have gotten before. Recently in a quest, like the first thing the traveler thought to do was to cut down somebody when there was a problem happening. And I love this. Look at that. Like we can say like there was no change, but there's very much clearly a change in terms of like what they've gone through. I think Paimon notices as well too, like, because Paimon like constantly is trying to get us our character out of like very like sad situations. It's in our world quest, I think, as well, to get us out of sad situations. Our character, like, I feel like emotionally is more damaged than before, and that's probably why we are more aggressive as well as time has gone on at the same time too. And I think like the you know, you could say like, oh, the less forgiving aspect is just like a character trait that, like, you know, as I said, came late. But I think also like it goes without saying that, like, you know, for Genshin to be so intentional with all of its other storytelling, but then for people to be like, no, that's just something that like they changed along the way. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's like you mean like you accept that they're like completely like magnificent at everything they do in terms of like storytelling, or they build stuff up, or they call upon things from the past all the time, but they can't like build up a character like the Traveler. I don't think they're also like I don't see them as like a surrogate character either, if that makes sense. Like, I don't really see them as a character that is just a player character. It can be, like, we can put ourselves in the players in the Traveler's shoes, but I think that's just not the way things go. We also saw recently with the Skirk quest, which I actually think was like a really fantastic thing. We had the Traveler, you know, go through like a really strict and, you know, crazy training regimen, which also once again like gave the Traveler like levels deeper of like their understanding of combat. And I think one of the things that's so easy for a character to do is like fight a bunch of people but not understand, like, you know, why you beat them or why they beat you. Is that, are you combat people? You are. If that makes sense. Like, and I adore the fact that, like, after all this time, our character fight, because we didn't have the time to do it. Like, our character never had the time to do it. After all this time, our character, the Traveler, was like, okay, how does Kazuha fight? How does this character fight? How did they fight? Like what way did they do their combat moves and all this stuff as well? And while that is not like, you know, it can't be seen as like a personality change, I think, as well, but I think it's also like you show the progression of how far they've come as well, or what they're doing now, and how they will like act on things in the future as well. So sorry guys, the thing cut there as well for a second. With the Traveler, I do think that, like, over time, not only just with the combat and the frustration and the fact that they kind of like take no prisoners as they did before, they're no longer kind of like I guess they're no longer as like bright-eyed as they used to be, is probably the best way to put it. Like, they're no longer like, oh my god, the world is just perfect and beautiful and everything's amazing and nothing ever bad will happen, you know? Not that I'm not saying they were like that constantly before, right? I'm not saying that they were like, oh, this is amazing, but I think there is a difference between like coming into a world for the first time, you know, going into Mondstadt and being like, oh my god, this place is like incredible, you know what I mean? This place is gorgeous, versus going into like, you know, Natlan and seeing all this destruction and pain and death, versus seeing a lot of characters do some horrible stuff, seeing what the Tory has done, hearing the stories of characters that like you love dear and what they have gone through. Like, none of that stuff can be easy, and I feel like that has led to the Traveler being more tired, more sad at times. And again, like I said, Paimon notices that emotional state sometimes, and Paimon's always trying to like make sure we're happy. And I think one of the biggest shifts and changes we saw was like We Will Be Reunited was a massive shift and a change, where I noticed after that too, because I even said, I remember playing it like all together, I noticed that our dialogue choices changed. I noticed that, like, in a lot of ways, like, our character, and I'm not saying in a bad way, the Traveler gets a bit more violent, you know what I mean? They do. I know, like, that's weird to say. Like, I'm not saying it's weird, it's bad that they're violent, but, like, sometimes it is, like, one of those situations where I love that the Traveler, like, sometimes will also be snarky to people now, which didn't happen before those quests. It didn't happen. You can look back at, like, my gameplay. It just didn't happen. It just did not happen. And I'm not against the Traveler being more snarky. I'm not the Traveler, because I remember it was actually, like, it was, like, post We Will Be Reunited, the Traveler all of a sudden is like, get on with it, or you get an option for a character to say to a character in a world quest, please you know, say what you gotta say, you know, instead of like wasting our time, not in that sense, but like the paraphrasing. I remember even when we went to the chasm, even it was like the traveler was saying that stuff as well. It was a very like interesting moment. And as I said, we see the tiredness, we see them being very sad sometimes, we see Paimon worrying about their emotional state. I think the biggest changes in the character's evolution of the traveler is that they're no longer just like bright-eyed. I don't think they're as like optimistic. I don't think they're as gentle as they used to be. I think we've seen that constantly amongst a lot of times in this game. We've seen them, you know, go for violence in a lot of ways. We've seen them, we've literally gotten the choice, as I said, to kill people in this game. That has changed a lot from the traveler that started off during Mondstadt. If you told the traveler in Mondstadt that you have to, like, you know, make a choice about, like, you know, possibly murdering someone, you know, or killing, I was just saying killing someone, I'm pretty sure that they would, like, you know, shake. You know what I mean? And that's not a bad thing. Can we even aim from here? And that's not, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, by the way, like that, that they felt that way originally. But it is true. And I think that's one of the most amazing, how do you get up to this over here? Look at this. Very cool. Very cool. It is true. I think that's like, yeah, so that's, I think, what the character progression has been. I think that it's obviously like been less noticeable because like they're not talking all the time. But they've definitely gotten more unstable, in some cases more aggressive. They're still an amazing person and very lovely, but they need a lot more nowadays. They're feeling like the weight of the journey, I feel like, and you can see that in their dialogue options. You can see that in their motions. You can see that in their the way they solve problems. You know what I mean? Where they sometimes will choose cut down and end before anything else. Now we saw that in our recent quest with Nefa too, and you could say, well, there was nothing else they could do at that point. I think, again, like I said, the Genshin writers are not. They don't do stuff by accident. They don't. They really don't do stuff by accident. And I think, like, to believe that they do one thing by accident and then the other stuff not by accident, I don't know, I just don't buy it. And the Traveler I feel like, or Sumeru even.
What a stroke of good luck.
You know, when it came down to the thing where it's like, oh, I have to, like, stop this character. I have to stop this. You know what I mean? Like, what do I do? The writers would write in a solution where they would, like, you know, intentionally show them, like, knocking them out or something like that, or something like that. But no, now it's like, cut them down, you know? That's what it is. They've changed their whole viewpoint because they know how dangerous this world is. They know how, like, scary this world is. And honestly, I'm not, like, totally 100% against that idea. Because whilst he is more, he is more emotional, he gets sad sometimes, he gets tired sometimes, he's more aggressive sometimes. I don't mean to make that sound like he's a bad person, because he's still very gentle and sweet and open and honest with a lot of people. He's kept his heart while also being a little bit more jaded. Does that make sense about the world? Like he's no longer kind of like, he's a little bit more like understanding that sometimes people suck. If that makes sense. Yeah, that's my thoughts on that, I guess, as well. About the Traveler character themselves. Look us over here. Windy Leaf asks, what's something that you would, Windy Leaf asks, what's something you would improve in Genshin? The answer is, a few things, but I think the main thing I would like to improve in Genshin, is, dialogue in World Quests. I've said this a million times, my opinion has not changed on this stuff. I can't open this, can we now? No, my opinion has not changed on this since, like, I've got this. It's one of the most frustrating things for someone who likes to do World Quests. And I'm not like a big lore heavy guy, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm halfway between a lore enthusiast and a casual, I guess, when it comes to lore. But people might say different, I don't know. But when I'm in a World Quest and I'm trying to pay attention to every piece of dialogue that's coming up, nothing is more frustrating than when they move the dialogue along so quickly. And I don't need voice acting in a World Quest. I want to make that clear. I don't need voice acting whatsoever. But all I would want, like, here's the thing, like, I understand they want to keep the World Quests flowing. The World Quests are very long, and they want to keep that all flowing. I understand that. But I wish there was an option to pause the game and have the Traveler stand there and have, like, Paimon say what she has to say, or have the character that's giving out the lore say what they want to say. I remember specifically, like, recently in the quest with, like, Mikey and stuff like that, the dragon lore and stuff like that, like, legitimately, I've had, like, the text was coming up there, And like I looked back on it afterwards and I was like, this is like big lore. They're like dropping like big information about some characters and some dragons here. And it went by so quickly that I had to be like, oh, I'll watch it afterwards. And like here's the thing, like I'm lucky that I'm doing a Let's Play, so everything is recorded, right? I'm very lucky in that sense. Incredibly lucky. I'm just going over here, I guess, for some reason. But a lot of people like who are maybe like playing without a capture card or playing without ability to like record video. This is kind of scary with all these guys over here, right? What is up with this? This seems like very important, right? Maybe not. Okay. I mean, that's what exploring is all about. But like, it's just like it's so frustrating, and it's something that genuinely like. I don't get annoyed very often about Genshin or about games in general, because to me, like I always see like. And you know, people can say I'm a shill and I'm like, anti-consumer. I don't give a damn. I don't care. I think video games are miracles. I think the idea that games are even made is insane. So like, I tend to give like a little bit of leeway to stuff, especially when it's like, okay, even though like there's of course gonna be some stuff where it's like, oh, that was slightly irritating. You know what I mean about a game. But I don't like to nitpick, so I'm gonna be like, okay, leave it. It didn't affect my score. It didn't affect my feelings. It's like whatever. If there's something big, I'll mention it. And to me, like the World Quest thing is a big thing that I just don't. I'm not a big fan of. I'm just not a big fan of at all. At all. I just the text box that come up like that go by so fast. That's all that I would love for them just to make it slower. That's all I have to do. That's all I have to do. Just make it go by. And I understand it's also like I think it's like they base it off maybe like language or something, but like I don't know. Just like please, just for me, Genshin, just for me. If you're gonna do it for somebody, do it just for me, please. You know. Another thing that I would want to improve about Genshin is something that is just again, this is something that like is not a lot of people won't agree on. I want to make it easier to get weapons, please. Let me get some weapons for my characters. You know, I understand that you want me to refight a boss to get some materials for a weapon, but personally, I kind of just want to like level up my character, you know, because I don't think leveling's that bad at all. You know what I mean? I think that it's easier in Honkai Star Rail, but I think the leveling is actually pretty okay. Like it's actually not a bad thing whatsoever. I actually treat it as a very casual experience, a very fun experience. I think Fontaine characters are like the hardest to level up, but like that's just because a lot of their stuff like comes from like, you know, destroying crabs in the water and stuff like that, which could take a while. But I don't really like mind it too much. I actually like really, I actually, you know, for me, like honestly, like it's one of those things where when I level up a character, I'm like, okay, I cannot wait to like, you know, put on a podcast or put on something in the background, put on some Smosh in the background, and just relax for a bit as I'm doing this. But like one of the things I always like, it's like when I want to get a weapon, like for example, I got Kenichi's weapon. It took a bit of time. It did take a bit of time to get all that stuff that I needed, and it's just like, okay, make it a tiny bit easier. My other critique about Genshin is make the events permanent all the time. Now they did that with the summer event quest, right? Fantastic, you beautiful, beautiful, beautiful souls.
Let's pack it up.
Go back and make the other ones retroactively permanent, please. The fact that the Hexen Circle reveal is in an event that you cannot play anymore is batshit. It's insane. I remember when I played that quest, that's the first thing I thought of was like,
Hey there! I'm going in!
oh, we just set these guys free? That's literally the first thing I thought of. Was when I did that world quest, I was like, they put the Hexen Circle lore in they put the Hexen Circle lore in a world quest. And they do that all the time with like not world quests in events. That's something they need to change as well. They need to change that.
I call treasure.
It'd be okay if the events were like just little side things, but like a lot of the events are like very important in terms of like lore. I mean, look at the recent summer event last year with Durin. Like
go.
it's insane how they're like, yeah, this is okay. Now here's the thing, they probably like, I don't know, like if they think about this, I think I know why they do that. From a business standpoint, I want to make it clear why they do this. I'm not an idiot. I know they do it because the login numbers on your game are very important. And so having more people like choose to log into your game is actually like very good for your numbers. And it also like the chances are when someone logs into the game, they're going to like buy something as well. Like if you're someone who plays Genshin a lot, you're probably going to buy something as well. There's a good chance. So there's also like that. I understand they do that as well. But like it's one of those things that Genshin is so good. It's a free game. I want to make that clear. It's a free game where you get like so many amazing stories. amazing world building, amazing quests, like some amazing stuff, right? So it's not one of those things where like I'm not complaining that we're getting stuff for free, but like there is like stuff that I'm like I would kind of like wish for that to not be destroy 10 nature targets. What do you? How do we do this? Oh, do we have to shoot the pay? Oh, that's my bad, guys. Sorry about that. I was like, what do we have to do here? No? Oh no, we have to shoot them with our bow, maybe? Oh, maybe. That's my bad, guys. But yeah, that's the main things that I would like to improve about Genshin, honestly. I actually think we just shoot them with our bow, honestly. Yeah. And like in terms of like I just like think that like Genshin's incredible. I really do. So like I'm never like at a state where like anything really truly annoys me too much at all. I'm actually like pretty okay with a lot of stuff that's in Genshin, like, you know, as well. And I think that's like one of the things that like, you know, I always like really dislike about like a lot of like modern review culture. Is that enthusiasm is kind of sometimes seen as, not by you guys, I think you guys like are definitely not that. Enthusiasm about video games and art in general is sometimes seen as I generally think some people see it as like this, like they're like just consume the you know, again, some people do think that you shouldn't criticize stuff, right? And I 100% think criticism is so important, you know what I mean? I do think it is, and I criticize stuff myself. And as you guys say, like, you know, sometimes you won't even notice Calvin's criticizes because I try to always be fair with it, you know what I mean? But I think it's also like important to say, from my perspective, that I see it a lot with review culture and culture online with video games, where it's like, like, all you guys just accept everything in Genshin and like you just eat it up. And it's like, no, maybe sometimes people just like stuff that you don't like. That just happens. It happens, you know. I think it is like a very like thing in their heads where they're like, wait, like, the hell? Where's this? I'm worried about talking to anyone, by the way, just in case it might be like a world quest of some kind, because I know we're gonna be doing a world quest next week. Okay, it's some world quest thing, I think, like a quest thing, wherever. Yeah, but yeah, and by the way, like, it's not like with Genshin, because like I have like the word Genshin muted on Twitter. I think it's just like in general, I see like, you know, like a lot of people will be like, you know, oh, everyone just accepted like this slop. It's like, no, I think some people generally like were into it, buddy. I think some people liked it. You just accept this. And again, like I said, there are people that just like don't care about criticism, and they think they invalidate criticism 100%. But I think one of those things happens where it's like, if you criticize something, and then someone goes, "Oh, I disagree," the answer isn't, "Well, you just will take anything." The answer instead should be, "Okay, that's fair," you know. Or you can argue your point, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that either. Argue your point, argue what you want to say. 100%. But yeah, that's kind of like my feelings on that. Osurusuri said, which region do you think has the best OSTs so far and why? I'm going to pick one, right? I think if in terms of the musical stuff as well, like a lot of places have really fantastic music. It's funny because when I went to Sumeru recently, you know, the Sumeru music like hits really hard, like nostalgically. It's really, really beautiful and stuff as well. But I think I don't think there's really a better track. I don't know what it's called, but you know the track when you go to the main city of Fontaine? That track to me is like, you know, the da 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 da. That track to me like is like, I think one of the best tracks in the game, if not the best track in the game. It's so beautiful. Overall OSTs, I think that like, if that makes sense, I think overall OST, I think Sumeru has like, because all the songs there are absolutely gorgeous. But I think in terms of like one song, that whatever that song is called in, what is this? A half pipe? Is this like a skate park? What are we doing here? Wait, is this like a skate park? What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh no, it's not. It's a painting challenge, isn't it? Wait, what? Wait, what? We have to hit it back? Wait, what? How does this work? Oh my god. How do we do this? How do I do this? What is happening? Oh. I was like, what the hell? I thought it was a skate park. But yeah, I would say like as I said, that one track in Fontaine is beautiful to me. And like, it's one of those things where like you guys know in Genshin, it's like very like to be like, oh, this is my favorite OST. It's like, okay, it's like, yeah, but this is a game that has like some of the most beautiful OSTs in the world. Like, you know what I mean? Like, as I said, like when I go to Sumeru, which I think is my favorite overall OST tracks, you know what I mean? Am I doing this completely wrong here? Do I have to be closer? Oh, aim would be a good idea. Aim is probably a grand idea. But yeah, I want to definitely, because here's the thing, you guys know I love every OST and every track in the game, you know what I mean? And they all make me feel so nostalgic, you know what I mean? It's like, so like, I feel like it wouldn't do any good for you to just be like, my favorite track is all the tracks, you know, because it's like, it's true. Like, I love every single track, but I think like, if you're talking about like that Fontaine song is the best song in the game, I think. And the best, is the best song in the game. And my favorite, and I think overall, the OST that like I like the most is probably like Sumeru. Let's try this again. I can do this time, by the way. I know what to do. Yeah, there it is. That's all my answer would be with that as well. Because like I think like when it comes to like Sumeru, what I'm basing that off is not so many like analysis or anything like that, like or any musical review stuff, right? Like legitimately, I went to Sumeru recently, and this again, I get nostalgic for a lot of areas, but like Sumeru, like when I went to, every time I go to Sumeru, there's like some weird like feeling to it where like this feels like I am like in a magical like cartoon movie. You know what I mean? It, like and the soundtrack definitely like acknowledges that. You're gonna get some points there, Sori and staff. And the soundtrack definitely goes along with that as well. But yeah, that one Fontaine song, man, though. I think it's just because that one Fontaine song, like, again, reminds me of like all the stuff happening there. It's like a very bittersweet song. It starts off being like one of the most like I'm gonna cry thinking about it. One of the most breathtaking tracks in the game, and then turns into like absolute pain for some reason. Like I'm in pain listening to this. Oh, if you get what I'm saying, like, do you ever have those tracks? That's that Fontaine song. It's like, wow, this is like this is one of the cutest tracks I've ever heard. It's so amazing and like well put together. Now I hear it like when I go to Fontaine. Oh my god, I want to die. I feel so sad. Why is this like not working all of a sudden? Like we're not getting a high percentage here anymore. Oh wait, is it not just that? Is it also this as well? It is. Okay. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, that would be my answer to the tracks there, is that like the they're all beautiful, but my favorite overall is Sumeru, and the Fontaine track is my favorite track. Golden Witch Beatrice asks, somehow if you were able to pitch an idea for a limited/permanent event to Genshin developers, what type of event would you ask for? I would ask for a Dovrak the composer to make a return to host a multicultural music and dance unity festival involving all 7 nations of Devat. Specifically, I would want appearances from all music characters we met. Your one is going to be way more like, probably like, you know, beautiful and grounded than mine, if I'm being honest with you. My want for an event is Battle City with the TCG game. I want there to be a full-on like Battle City tournament where like all the people from all over like Genshin who play the TCG game come together to play in this tournament that will all culminate in one 8-person tournament, and it's a full-on story where you have to go around all of Teyvat and duel people, and if you win, you get their best card, just like you already do in this game as well. And yeah, when you win, you get the best card. But then there's also like some seedy stuff going on behind the scenes and stuff, like the rare hunters in Battle City as well. And like it all culminates in like this one big tournament. That's what I would love. I would absolutely adore that. And it's because I'm a big Yu-Gi-Oh fan. But can you imagine the stuff that would happen there? Like Sino knows there's something going on. There's a deeper mystery about like some character that's being a bit like how do I say? I think that's the. Is that the big world quest we have to do? Maybe? I'm not sure. But there's something going on there as well, where there's like a big mystery going on to it. But really, it's just about like the fun of like doing the Battle City tournament, having characters show up at random times, having like bad guys show up trying to duel you as well. Basically, make it like as like crazy and dramatic as Yu-Gi-Oh as well. That'd be something that's really, really fun for me. So yeah, that would be my kind of like wish for a event. I think that in terms of like who would be in the event, I think obviously Sino would be there. I think Sino would also bring Tonari along with them as well. Like it would just be kind of like a what's happening here? Oh, big boy. Yeah. The musical event you said sounds like absolutely amazing. But again, like, you know, I'm coming at this from a very like Yu-Gi-Oh fan perspective. I'd love a full-on tournament in like a full-on TCG tournament. And I want it to be like Battle City in the show. I want like for random characters to be like when you show up to like you know, Ningguang's area, she's there standing there like a Battle City tournament person waiting for you. I want it to be like high stakes where like if you lose this battle, someone's gonna get sent to like, you know, Mayor Javari or something. You know, it's something like that. I think that'd be really, really fun. But again, I don't know like how much like they would actually do with that stuff, but like, or if they could do that stuff. But yeah, anything TCG would be great, but I think it'd be just more Battle City stuff that I would like to. I think in terms of events, like we eat very well in Genshin. I think that's one of the things but I know it sounds like I'm being like, we should watch it. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that like, I'm very happy with the events we've gotten, but I think it's always like, you know, great to like be hopeful for other stuff as well. I want to go, I guess this is where we were talking to, what's his face? What's Venti? What's his face? Yeah. Graffiti balloon soaring challenge? Colored airborne balloons. Come with me now. Oh, we have to color the balloons to make platforms. That's really fun. That's a really fun idea. I'm trying to think if there's any other events that I would like, because I would love the TCG event for sure. I want obviously another Windbloom event, but in terms of like things I would pitch, it might be cool to like see like although I'm not into them, but like a roguelike event where like there's like a roguelike thing that happens where they do it in like say Mondstadt or some other place where it's like get involved in this like this new game I made, and it's like a roguelike within Genshin where you lose all your items like and you have to like restart and like build up and get to checkpoints and stuff as well. I think it'd be really, really fun too. I think Battle of the Bands would be cool as well. Like, because they do musical stuff, as you were saying, Golden Witch Beaches, they do musical stuff. And there's actual mini games within the Battle of the Bands would be really cool too, where like you pick which instrument you want to play, and then you got to also like pick which characters are going to be in your band as well. And then like the only thing is you can't pick the Natlin character because they already have a band. But you pick which characters you want in your band, and you have to like do like a build up of mini games over like 3 days where like they start off practicing like in like a little bedroom. They build up to like performing in Deona's tavern. This sounds so crazy. And then eventually they do a mini game and see if they win the Battle of the Bands or whatever. I don't know. Maybe that's like that's too far. Maybe there's something Genshin just won't do. But I would love something like that, where it is like a Battle of the Bands style thing for sure. Honestly, yeah, that's my ideas on what events I would like. Popsicle Cloud says, what do you think Durin's personality will be like now after Paralogism? Will it be the same as Wanderer, who's mixed with the Kabuki Moaning, or Scaramouche? I've actually thought about this a lot, right? What I think is going to happen is Durin's going to have like an aggressive streak, right? They're going to have something in them that makes them a tiny bit more aggressive, right? But it's not going to be like dangerous aggressive. It's going to be like the type of person, when you had that friend who like would just randomly bite you for no reason, you know, that type of person who's like, why are you biting people? It's like, but like they're kind of cute. You know, it's like God, if you weren't adorable, we'd have problems. You know what I mean? I think I said that like I made a joke that Fischl's the type of person who like, she's like a theater kid who like randomly goes Ang! To like your shoulder, but it doesn't hurt. And you're like, what are you doing? You know. But yeah, like I think he's gonna have like a slight aggressive streak. And I think that it's going to be really interesting to see. I think the relationship with Vaughn is going to be very important for Durin. And it should be important for Durin because you have a character there like Vaughn who is someone who is a person who has overcome a lot of stuff in their life as well. And to pass it on to Durin is such a beautiful thing. They've already done that already with like passing on their feelings to Durin too. Graffiti balloons. Oh, okay. So paint. Blue, we have to do blue? Yeah, you know what I mean? I think that'd be like a really cool thing as well to see their relationship develop as well. In terms of just like personality, as you said there, the personality, as I said, will be aggressive, but I think it's just gonna be very sweet. I genuinely think we're in for the most adorable character ever. But they're gonna be like so powerful at the same time. I think they're gonna have such a funny voice on them, but they're gonna be like they're gonna look like a JRPG like almost like a JRPG protagonist, like or even like a JRPG character. It's like, wow, they're super powerful, but they're really adorable at the same time. The crux of what I'm thinking about with Durin is they're gonna have slight aggressions, they're gonna have growing pains. I think all of that's gonna be like, you know, really well tied to the idea of to Vaughn. Because with Vaughn is also someone who had to overcome like some anger in their life and is still overcoming anger. Had to overcome the feeling of like, am I a real person? Do I have real experiences? That's gonna be something that Durin's gonna have to experience as well. And I think that seeing all of that stuff is gonna be fantastic. I think the kind of older brother style thing that we could get from those characters would feed families forever. Honestly, it would feed families for a long time. And I'm families. I'm families. That's me. So yeah, I'd be so down for like something like that. And again, like I said, aggressive, but very, very cute. Aggressive in not a dangerous way, but still not really understanding their feelings, not really understanding their emotions, trying to get really in control of those emotions. And that's not a bad thing, by the way. Having a character be a little bit more aggressive isn't going to be a bad thing. I think it's going to be very cute. It's going to work very well in a lot of ways too. Yeah, so cute, but aggressive. Not understanding exactly their place in the world yet, but they're going to get a lot of help from Vaughn to find out their place in the world. What else do I think about? Because I've thought about this. I literally thought about this recently, what that's going to be like. I think they're going to be very enthusiastic about like everything. I think they're going to constantly want to go places and do things. I think they're going to have like a thirst for knowledge. I think they're going to have all that stuff. But I think they're going to be like a very trusting character and a character that like trusts Vaughn very much so as well. That trusts us very much so as well. I think whatever they're going to be the most interesting character in. I think Durin is legitimately the most intriguing and interesting upcoming character there could be in Genshin. Because they already were interesting, right? As like just a dragon, but now in this new state, they are even more interesting. Like, and I mean that. I think that they're the most intriguing character coming up as well. Yeah. So crux of that, I think the relation with Vaughn's gonna be important. I think they'll be slightly aggressive, but they're not gonna understand why. They're gonna try to understand their place in the world, try to have growing pains about becoming a person. I think it'll be really cool to have like a quest where like we even take them like to like try out different foods, find them a hobby and things like this as well. I think it's all gonna be amazing. So I hope that answers the question, because obviously I didn't talk about the personality a lot as well, but like I think that's what I want from the Durin stuff specifically, honestly. CDPX Gaming says, which region's Archon Quest is your favorite so far? What made it your favorite? Which limited stories do you find the most memorable? And which world quest is your favorite? This is an interesting question, because like obviously like it's I don't even have to say it anymore, because you guys know the truth, which is like I love like a lot of quests in this game, and I think it's one of those things where like I don't need to like worry about anyone thinking that like I don't. So like I have no problem just saying like what my favorite quest so far is. In terms of like my favorite Archon quest so far of all the regions, I don't like. This is bad because I picked this question, but I haven't thought about it, so maybe we'll think about it together now. Mondstadt is like amazing, but it's one of those things where like it's like I personally think that Mondstadt on its own is absolutely incredible, and it's so nostalgic and beautiful, and I'll never ever ever forget it. But I think you like comparing it even to like the Liyue's Act 3 is like it's so wildly different. Where should we go from here? I think we should start here and go down here. Yeah, I think it's so wildly different of a like a story, and it's such an up take in the story as well. And you know they're all pretty crazy as well. I think they all give different feelings, but I will choose my favorite at the end of this when I'm talking about this. So like for you know, Liyue has that like an amazing feeling to it, and Inazuma has that like a very different feeling to it as well. It's the right way. I'm going the wrong way. I think that if I'm thinking now from the heart, I'm just trying to think now. What would be my favorite Archon Quest? I can say that my favorite ending was the Natlan Archon Quest. Like the hug with Paimon will forever be in my mind forever, and that's obviously because like I'm nearly crying thinking about it. I have no problem saying that like that to me like is one of the best moments in the history of Genshin because I freaking adore that. I adore Paimon, and you guys know I love Paimon. So obviously there's no brainer that would be like a big thing for me, a huge massive thing for me honestly, as well. Man, this place is so freaking cool, isn't it? It's so beautiful. But it is like a really, really stunning quest. That would be my favorite ending to an Archon Quest. I'm trying to think in terms of overall Archon Quest, like what would be like my favorite thing. Hold on, I think all the activities are gone from the summer event, by the way, so I don't think we're gonna be able to do those anymore. I was thinking we could do them, but I completely forgot about them. Honestly, we've only literally done like 10% more. That's crazy, isn't it? That's absolutely crazy. It really is. But that's, you know, we're not doing it to 100% it. That's never been what we've been doing. This is tough. This is tougher than I thought it'd be. When I saw this question, I was like, I can do this. You know, I could do this. But it's really tough. I think the answer that comes to mind right away is that, like, the Fontaine Archon Quest is, like, the most, like in terms of sequences of events, there's, like, it's really crazy, and how can you, like, really top this, right? Yeah, like, it's an absolutely incredible quest. It's insane how, like, absolutely incredible it is. And like, it doesn't matter. It's a cliche answer. That it's just like an absolutely like. And you say cliche, but it's just because it's like has so many incredible things. And I'm gonna say in a rather you know, an answer that a lot of people probably have as well. I think overall Fontaine has like one of the most incredible quests from start to finish. I think the set pieces are absolutely so dramatic and incredible. I think the introduction with the Farina thing at the dock is so like over the top, but like incredibly intentionally over the top. The stuff with Farina towards the end, the flooding, the buildup of like the prophecy, the going like, oh my god, the acts in the Fortress of Mirapede are so incredible as well. Like, that's absolutely like insane also at the same time too. So I think from start to finish, it's probably Fontaine, right? In terms of like from start to finish, it's like one of the most incredible things ever. I think in terms of characters, it's Sumeru. I think in terms of characters, it would be Sumeru. In terms of like just a quest from start to finish, it's Fontaine. In terms of an ending, it's Natlan. Yeah, that's what I would say. But yeah, I'm still stunned like in a lot of ways by like a lot of the set pieces in this game. But I think like when I think about Fontaine, like how like they were so to me it's brave that they put 2 quests in the Fortress of Mirapede. 2 of the acts in the Fortress of Mirapede. The drama with the House of the Hearth, the stuff with like Risley, where are we going to, by the way? We should go over here, shouldn't we? Because this is like the last area we have to kind of look at. Again, there's so much stuff we have missed 100%, but again, I'm not here for 100%. I hope people realize that as well. Yeah, the stuff with Risley is so incredible. Like, all that stuff is like so amazing. So yeah, maybe it's a cop-out answer. Best ending, I love the hug with Paimon and the Natlan stuff. Overall, Fontaine. In terms of characters, Sumeru. That's what I would say. And you might be like, well, poor Idazuba, Liyue, and Mondstadt, you guys know I like them. This isn't a situation where, and I don't do that stuff where it's like, oh, like, so you know, like that quote, like, oh, I love pancakes. Oh, so you don't love waffles? I love waffles, I love pancakes. I don't do that crap. I don't adhere to that bull crap of like, oh, so you don't love this one? No. I know you guys don't adhere to that either. It's so silly. It's such a silly thing to be like, you think this is good? You don't think this is good? No. Everyone has like their favorite things as well, honestly. But yeah, cast the characters Sumeru, ending Natlan, overall Fontaine. And like when I say like overall Fontaine, like it's just like Navi is my favorite character of the entire game. You know what I mean? I'm sorry to like reveal that now if I ever do like a favorite characters, top 10 favorite characters, maybe I shouldn't reveal that, but she is my favorite character in Genshin. So obviously that too, but I'm talking about like overall cast. Like I think that Sumeru like is one of the strongest casts in video games, not just one of the strongest casts in Genshin. I think it's just one of the strongest casts in video games in general, honestly.
Oh, what a stroke of good luck.
Honestly, one of the strongest casts in Genshin, in video games. I still remember those times sitting down with them, eating food with them. You know, Kale, Tonari, all these things all together, right? Overall, like there's characters I love more than like those characters. Like for example, Navia. As I said, Navia, who I love dearly. But then like Kale is one of my top 5 favorite characters as well, and Amber's there too. You know, all these characters. Really just like Benny jumped up as well, really high too. Like a lot of really amazing characters, but like Navi's my favorite character. Sumeru cast overall is my favorite cast. Fontaine is, I think, overall the best, from start to finish, best Archon Quest. And then I think, in terms of best ending, it's Natlan. I love that ending to Natlan. It's so incredible. And I think, you know, it's not just the Paimon a hug. It's also, like, you know, the epicness of it, the emotions of it, the violence of it. Like, all of this stuff is, like, so incredible what they were able to do with that stuff. And it's really, really awesome. It really is. It turns out I forgot about the limited story, and also at the same time I forgot about the world quest aspect of this question because I was so busy talking about the actual Archon Quest part of this question, which isn't like me to forget a event or world quest, really. I guess there was like, you know, a lot of exploration going on at the time as well. But in terms of like my favorite world quests, I think anything to do with Jet was fantastic. I think if you think of Dirge of Bilkis, how amazing that was. I think Conria, I can never pronounce it, Converia, Good and Evil, is also just like one. I think probably like in terms of just like world quests in general is like one of the greatest triumphs the Genshin has ever done. Not even just world quests, just quests in general. Like what they were able to do with that quest is astounding. And I think like I look back on that quest like so fondly in terms of like just how like incredible it was from like start to finish. It really was just so incredible. This like big epic quest that had so many fantastic twists and turns with some great new characters and some beautiful locations. But that can be said for so many world quests, can't it? Like the Fontaine world quests are fantastic. The Mikey world quests are amazing. But I think if I had to choose, it would be any of the Jet quests or Dirge of Bilkis. Not Dirge of Bilkis, or Good and Evil. In terms of limited stories, I think you're talking about events for sure. No doubt about it. The Hu Tao Lantern Rite is still my favorite event. And probably will be for a long time. I think, like, you know, you look at all the events you've had this year that have had, like, all the new events and all the events I've reacted to, they've all been incredible. But that Hu Tao event, like, killed me. And I don't think I'll ever... I probably will. But, like, I was drenched in tears. That was such a crazy time and such an incredible quest. And what's so funny now is you'll hear me talking now, and I'm kind of like a bit self-conscious about it because like I was in the actual video itself. I'm rambling a lot, not rambling, but like I'm talking a lot, and in the video, not as succinctly as I am now because obviously I'm playing the game at the same time. But now I'm like, man, this is going to be a very quick answer, but like it just makes sense. We're not playing the game as we're doing this as well. So the answers are Lantern Rite with Hu Tao is my favorite event, and then, you know, it would be either Dirge of Bilkis or Good and Evil probably is my favorite events. Favorite world quests. Probably Good and Evil, but then again, like, you know, I think of Jet and I just start to like get like emotional as well. There's also that too. But yeah, there's so many great events, by the way, in this game too. Like, geez, we just finished the summer event, which is absolutely fantastic as well. Like, the events in this game need to be permanent. They need to be. Rina-san asks, who's your favorite NPC? They asked specifically favorite NPCs and those you want to meet again. By the way, this is the last thing I'm going to be talking about today in terms of topics from you guys. There was so many amazing stuff there, guys. So if you want it to be used again, you can keep it up there and we can definitely use that again, or you can repost it the next time too, because there were so many amazing things here. I'd be here for a long time if I answered all of them because they were really, really incredible. Oh, wait, what? There's so many quests around here. Is this a world quest of some kind? I guess so. But yeah, in terms of like, I want to say it's like, I'm going to use this as a soapbox. I hope you don't mind, Rina-san. First of all, Jet is my favorite NPC of all time. Jet is the most incredible, one of the most incredible arcs, such an incredible story. Would I like to see her again? 110%. In fact, I think it'd be absolutely incredible if like somehow she showed up in Nog Krai, because again, it's a place where like everyone, you know, convenes, right? It'd be amazing. But in terms of NPCs in Genshin, I think they do such a fantastic job with NPCs in Genshin, to the point that like, you know, you have like the likes of Enjo or, you know, Rue, and, you know, you have different feelings towards all of these characters, whether it be like an emotional attachment like we do with Jet or Rue, or there's like a feeling of like, oh my god, this is hilarious, this guy's back again in Enjo. And I think that's like a very intentional and beautiful way they do things, where they make NPCs feel important too for the story at the same time also. It's not just this thing where like one character feels important and other characters don't feel important. Is this another minigame? Of some kind? Am I just not allowed to join? The bloom binder as well. And I think what like the reason why like I love Jet so much is because like she is like another one of our party members, right? I feel like, you know, if you ask me to pick a trio, like obviously Navia would be there, Tartaglia would be part of that too. I think like even in some cases like you could say that I would sometimes put Linny there, and I'd sometimes put Venti there. I think it's now I think you can put a Nefa there if you wanted to as well, of who could be like the NPC character that could be like the third in the trio, because I think we got get new trios like there's no tomorrow. But yeah, Jet is my favorite NPC. I think Genshin does have good NPCs overall. I think that's generally how I feel about that, honestly. I think we're gonna be we're gonna be kind of like done with the questions and topics for today. And I'm sorry if I yapped too much as well. I said I was going to do 3 to 5, but I actually did a bit more because like there was so many, and like guys, if I kept answering every single question that showed up here, like well, hold on a second on this map here. What the hell is there stuff down below again? There is stuff down below, right? There is, yeah. Yeah, there is stuff down below. We kind of went in there as well. We kind of didn't go over here though. Let's go over here for like the last bit and just like have a look, gander around. Again, we have seen this place, but we just need to get a look at it as well. But yeah, it's one of those situations, guys, where like, yes. And I want to say as well, there was like a big part of me that was like answer every question, but I would be here for another hour and a half, maybe even longer. And so I just picked like, you know, a bunch of questions, and I want to make it clear, like, Jesus Christ, guys, the questions were so good. It was one of those situations where I was like, I'll pick out 3 to 5, and then you guys all started asking all these questions. So I'm like, each of these questions could be their own video. Each of them could be. So maybe we might like expand upon stuff we said here as well. But you guys know I don't usually make videos like that, honestly. But like, it still was very, very interesting to do this too. Honestly, like a lot of the locations we've been to here, I would say we've been to already. This is our picnic spot. Oh my god. And you know how like beautiful these locations are, honestly. So I want to thank you so much for like tuning into this, guys. I know like people are gonna say you haven't explored the full area, you only explored 42%. 110%, you're absolutely correct. But we're also doing another world quest here very soon. But I'm like very confused. Like, what else do you do here to get to like 80%? Like, how do you even do that? Do you have to do all the activities and stuff like that as well? I'm guessing it's all the activities and stuff like that as well. 100%. Yeah, that would make sense. Like, we could do this challenge up here, for example. And would the percentage go up if we do the challenge? Let's see. Clean up the filth animal slimes? What? With animal slimes? Wait, what? I know we have to like we can get rid of that stuff Animo, but like, should we change to an Animo character? Possibly. Yeah, but that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for joining in with the topics. I hope that like I wasn't rambling too much with a lot of stuff here. I'm gonna be editing the hell out of this video. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of go around and just take a look at some stuff here. But yeah, like I thought there'd be like a lot of like look at the view here and stuff like this as well. But it actually is like a very you know, I feel like we explored a lot of the top surface of these areas as well. Like, you know, honestly, some very, very beautiful stuff, to be honest. Some very cool stuff. Thank you so much for my patrons on Patreon for being so cool. That being Typhar2, JB Bull, Jada the Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, Yule, Radish, Anusta, Death Trap, Lynx Markey, Assassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Heck, Leah and Hike Kasparian, Jared Bean of the highest tier of my YouTube world, 7 and Blasco. I'll see you all so soon. Bye bye.